And here we are, the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Here it is, that's the 47mm version. That's the box, that's how it arrived. Now we are going to open it, check the watch, and also do a quick setting showing you how to set up your watch with your phone in the most easy way possible. But anyway, that's how it arrived, and of course we verify here that we do have the 47mm watch, and that's the Watch 6 Classic, so everything is great. Here it's the version Bluetooth Wi-Fi GPS version. I do not have the LTE version, that's the Bluetooth Wi-Fi version. And it should be the all black version as well. Let's find out. Here we go, and now the big reveal time. Ta-da! All right, so here is the watch. Here is the fabric band that comes with it. Actually, that comes free. You have the possibility to order one of the available color choice of this fabric band for free. And of course, when you order the watch, they let you order your own custom band, which in my case, I took the Sport Band Blue, as you can see here. And that's the M large version, 20mm. I don't know if you can see, here we go. 20mm M medium large version. I will be installing this band later, but now let's see how the watch look like. So put that aside. Here in the box, we have the band, the fabric band, like I said, that comes as extra. Before to look at the watch, let's see what else is in the box. Here we do have a tab. Hop. And in this top box, we have, of course, some term and condition that nobody reads. And on the other side, we do have here, you have to pull the tab, that's it for that. We do have the charging pad. Let me grab it. At least here we do have a charging pad which is black, since the watch it's all black. So the charging pad here will be USB-C, and that's the little dongle that goes under the watch magnetically and then will help to charge it. This model of the watch had the S3 before, and the S3 had a little dock to be able to recharge the watch, but now in those new version, it's happened with the Google Pixel watch, and I see here with the Samsung watch, you only get those little dongle charger. I guess I will have to buy a charging dock separately. That way I can just put my watch on the dock and it will charge automatically without having to fondle with this charger all the time. Plus, that way the watch will sit nicely on my desk. But anyway, that's all for the accessory. Now let's have a look on the watch itself. And here we go. And right away, it looks awesome. All black, all nice, with this stainless steel body. It's not aluminum like the newest model, it's stainless steel, if I should say that. And the little disadvantage of the stainless steel, it's a little bit heavier than aluminum, but the good advantage of it, it's much more sturdier, it will be much more durable. So I like that already. So here we go, the 47mm. I'm going to give you some real dimension in a bit, but at least give you a first look of the black 47mm watch. You can see here the sensor, blood oxygen, temperature and heartbeat sensor right there. I believe it can also give you the BME. You will be able to have a reading of your body mass and body fat. Now on the right side we do have the button, the two buttons here. And here is the famous bezel that the Watch Classic has now. They release again this bezel that I like. So that's great. No protective plastic on the screen, which is a little bit surprising. Usually there is always a tab to remove some protective plastic, but I don't have any here. And that's pretty much it. On the side there, we do have a small speaker here with the microphone holes here, and there is another one right here on the side. It's not easy to see here. All right, let's install the band quickly. The one that I ordered along with the watch. There we go. And let's have a look to this extra band. This was the sport version, sport band, which was blue. So here we go. And ta-da, reveal time. They say it could not be the same as the picture, but it's pretty much match on the color style. So that's great. Often the color from the picture is not the same that the color you receive, so that's pretty much a good match. I like it. Now, let's remove that. Here we go. Oh, it's a nice soft silicone. It feels very good actually in the hands. I like that already. Alright, and this year Samsung came with this quick release system. As you can see, there is like a big button here that you have to press to be able to install or release the band, which is a good improvement compared to the old style band that they had before on the watch, that you have to push a little level here to be able to put them in, but they were not always easy to install. Let's see with this system how it goes. So the smaller band goes on the top, and the longer one with the little notch here, the little holes, goes on the bottom. So I'm going to put the watch upside down like so and install the bottom one first. You really have to press hard on this release system, so it's a good idea, but it's very see it less an annotation on the thumb. Here we go. So yeah, unfortunately you don't have to do that all the time, but it's good to know you really have to press hard for this to be installed on the watch. So pressing hard. It's difficult to not touch the button or press the button when installing the band. And once you are about right, you release the button and it should lock itself in place. Alright, I think I have a match here. Alright, bottom one install. Always double check, you don't want to lose your watch. Don't pull like crazy, but you don't want to lose your watch when you wear it. It will be an expensive loss. Alright, next one. A little trick also about those buttons, instead of pressing like crazy on them, you can use, if you have any, use your nail to press right here in the middle of this button, and it will be easier to install. If you press right here, as you see, those little metallic bar goes in much easier. Let's install it. Always need a little bit of motivation. And here we go. Double check. And it's that easy. Now I do have this nice silicone soft band on the watch. Everything is fine. So far, so good. Now I'm going to give you some measurement. Okay, so I do have big wrist. My wrist circumference in millimeter is 190 millimeter, so 19 centimeter, 190 millimeter. Here, so I have quite a big wrist. Now let's see about the watch. Like I said before, that's the 47mm version. Let's have a real dimension of this 47. It's actually 47 when you count the watch body. The screen itself, it's about 38mm. The total length with the band, we talk about 26.5 centimeter total with the medium slash large band installed on the watch. Now for the back dimension. The body in the back, it's about right on 5 centimeter length, so 50mm or 5 centimeter total from left to right and up to down. Let's see if it's the same. No, it's 4.5 centimeter or 45mm. And here we go. After all the dimension, here is the watch, how it looks like installed on my wrist. Look much better, much bigger, exactly how I like it. And this silicone, really, I'm going to insist on that, but it feels very nice and very soft, very comfortable to wear, and it's not sinking on the skin and being painful at all, so that's great. The watch is a little bit loose, but not too much, so it can read all the information it needs, so that's great. And it feels pretty secure on there. And of course, it has the same system here that once you get the right hole, you pass the leftover of the band under the slit here, and it's here touching your skin under the band. All right, time to set up the watch now with the phone. Let's pair it. First step to pair the watch with the phone, it's of course to turn on the watch. So you have to press and hold for a few seconds this button with the red mark here. So the top one, press and hold for a few seconds. And here we go, the watch is turning on and it's booting now. We're going to wait until the booting sequence is finished. In the meantime, I have to download the Samsung Wear application to be able to connect it to the watch. So the application is actually called Galaxy Wearable, Samsung Wear for short. And here we go, it's still waiting for the watch to start, so I'm going to wait. I'm ready to click more. Don't forget that before this step, you have to fully charge your watch. Be sure that it's fully charged, because from factory it's always charged 50%. So fully charge the watch first, and then you can pair it with the phone. Here we go, the watch started already, so it does say that it does give you the model Watch 6 Classic 1BRR. So swap up, there we go. Get started. So we are going to select the language, English. That's good. Once the language is selected, now I can put the watch here and continue on the phone. So let's go for it. Continue. Here we go. Now we do have a confirmation of the pin. Be sure that's the right watch. So we confirm that. And now it's downloading the software that it needs to operate the watch. In the meantime, the watch says check your phone for setup. So it needs to download the Galaxy Watch 6 Manager. Apparently it's 174 megabytes, if I remember well. Here we go, there is the privacy policy and everything else, the end user license agreement, you know, all the stuff that nobody reads, to agree to here to continue. I'm going to agree to all that without the sending diagnostic data. There we go, continue. Now we have to allow the Samsung Watch 6 Manager to access the watch. Allow notification. Another term of service. That's Google. This time not Samsung. Alright, so I agree to that. Next we can set automatic update. And now the watch is getting ready from the phone. Now we are setting up Google Pay. Fortunately, the Samsung Watch is compatible with Google Pay, not only with the Samsung Pay, which is great. And here on this screen also we can select which app to install on the watch. Here we do have the app that are already installed on the watch. And I can unselect those that I don't want, like Samsung Internet I do not use. And then there are apps that are recommended for the watch, so you can select those to install as well. They tell you here that those applications will install when the watch is charging or connected to Wi-Fi to save, of course, your phone data. Then we just press continue. Next screen, we have automatic watch backup. That was very useful on my old watch S3. All the data from the watch was backup into Samsung server, and then if I delete anything or if I reset the watch, the data came back to the watch. So that's a very useful feature here that Samsung offer for their Samsung Watch. So here we go, Samsung Smart Switch, we are going to continue that. And of course, to allow the backup to be done, we have to give those permission. And as I said, here you go, I've backup my data from the Gear S3, my old watch, and then they offer me the possibility to restore all those settings back on this watch. But since I'm going to start fresh on this watch, I'm going to skip that step. Next step, they ask you where you're going to wear your watch. So I'm going to wear it on my left wrist. So I have right here, left wrist. And the button position, of course, they are right on the screen here, right of the screen. So all is correct. Next. Now we can have a bigger text and bigger font, which is great for me because I wear glasses. So I don't want tiny text on my watch. So here you have an example of the text as I make it bold or unbold. And of course, as I magnify it, here we go, I give you a good example how the text look like. Maximum big, there we go. Once I'm happy with how the text look like, click next. Now it's the always on display. which means the display is going to stay on all the time. Of course, it's going to drain your battery, but in the same time, you have your information available right away. Usually that's a functionality I like, so I will leave that on. Next, here you have some information about emergency. The watch has emergency feature. Once you press the home button, which is on the top, 5 times, then it starts to call emergency services. It can also detect hard fall, so if you fall, you can set up the watch to call immediately the emergency service once it detects a fall, which could be very useful for some people. Next, you have some information about tracking your daily activity that the watch does with all the sensors that I showed you earlier. And of course, it has also a sleep tracking in case if you want to track your sleep, you can wear the watch while you sleep and it will let you know what are your numbers right there. And it will also monitor your heart while you run or swim or bicycle, everything like that. Your watch can monitor all that. If you exercise a lot, you can have all those metrics on your watch as well for you to check later. And about the heart, it can also notify you if you have any irregular heart rhythm. So that's also a good feature in my opinion, but it only works if it detects for 1 hour of an irregular rhythm. That may indicate, of course, atrial fibrillation. For that, you have to install an extra app which is called Samsung Health Monitor to be notified when your watch detects an irregular heart rhythm. And now we're finishing the setup. And we are all set. Here we go. Ta-da! So that's all how you set up the watch. Now you can play, of course, with all the watch faces and all the setting that will be to your liking. And here also we do have the possibility to download this famous heart health monitor. So I'm going to download that while the watch is starting. In the meantime, your watch offers you a tour of your watch if you want to know all the functionality and how everything works. That's all for now. Hope you enjoy this video of the unboxing of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. I'm going to love this watch, I'm sure. And of course, I hope you know a little bit more about how to set your watch. It's very easy. Anyway, thanks again for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.